With reference to the establishment of Supreme Court, which of the statement is/are correct? 1. Supreme Court at Calcutta was established by the Regulating Act of 1773. 2. Lemaister was the first Chief Justice of this court. Select the correct answer using codes given below. Codes: A. 1 only. B. Explanation. Option A is correct. The provision for the establishment of Supreme Court at Fort William, Calcutta was made in the Regulating Act, 1773. Sir Elijah Impey was the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Question 2. Which of the following led to the introduction of English education of India? 1. Charter Act of 1813. 2. General Committee of Public Instruction, 1823. 3. Orientalist and Anglicist controversy. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1 and 2 only. B. Explanation. Option D is correct. East India Company discouraged Orientalist education system and promoted Western education system. There was also a provision that companies should invest 1 rupee lakh every year on the education of Indians. In 1823, General Committee of Public Instruction was constituted, which has responsibility to grant 1 lakh rupees. The Orientalist-Anglicist controversy was a controversy regarding nature of education that British East India Company was to impart to the local population in its territory. H.T. Prinsep and Dr. H.H. Wilson. Question 3. Consider the following statements about the Charter Act of 1813. 1. It ended the trade monopoly of the East India Company in India except for trade in tea and trade with China. 2. It asserted the sovereignty of the British Crown over the Indian territories held by the company. 3. The revenues of India were now controlled by the British Parliament. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. Explanation. Option A is correct. Trade monopoly of East India Company in India was abolished except trade in tea and China through Charter Act of 1813. From this act, sovereignty of British Crown over India Company territories was asserted. The revenue of India were not controlled under Charter Act of 1813. Question 4. Read the following statements with reference to the Indian Council Act, 1861, and choose the correct option. 1. As a result of this act, total members of Executive Council of Governor-General became 7. 2. For legislative work, number of additional members could be minimum of 6 and maximum of 12. 3. No differentiation was made between state and central subjects. Which of the above statement is / are true? A. 1, 2, and explanation. Option B is correct. The Indian Councils Act, 1861, transformed the Viceroy's Executive Council into a miniature cabinet run on the portfolio system for the executive function of council. A 5th member was added. Now there were 5 members for home, military, law, revenue, and finance for legislative work. Number of additional members could be minimum of 6 and maximum of 12, nominated by Governor-General for period of 2 years. Question 5. Read the following statements with respect to the Indian Councils Act, 1892, and choose the correct option. 1. It was implementation on June 20th, 1892. 2. Out of total 24 members, 5 were non-government members. 3. Members were given rights to ask supplementary questions. Which of the above statements is / are true? A. 1, 2, and 3. Explanation. Option D is correct. The British Parliament passed the Indian Council Act, 1892. It gathered the royal assent on June 20, 1892, and was commenced on February 3, 1993. The numbers of additional members elected to Governor-General councils was increased from 10 to maximum 16 members. Among these additional members, at least half should be non-official. Thus, as per rule of this act, in these additional members 6 were official and 10 were non-official. In non-official members, both Indian and Europeans are included. In this act, right to discuss the budget was given, but members were not given to rights ask supplementary questions.